Hello everyone, my name is Lisa, unless you're somebody who doesn't actually know me, and I am brand new to working on YouTube and making videos and stuff. I'm mostly just kind of filming on my cell phone because I just don't have the money for fancy tools and stuff and cameras and all that. Yeah, don't have that. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for a long time to try to kind of just discuss my thoughts on things, thoughts on the goth scene, thoughts on being a plus-size woman in general, being a plus-size woman in the goth scene, and then just kind of like showing some like little DIY projects, things I've figured out, ways to be goth without having to quite spend all that money. But of course also I have huge appreciation for the big major brands that are now doing goth stuff and doing them in plus sizes that I can wear and that other, you know, girls, plus size women like me can wear, because it was some hard, tough times going back in the, you know, back in like 1998 when it's like Hot Topic was there, but they went up to like 1X, and I needed something bigger because I got the booty. You know, I needed a bigger size to go on my butt, and it was hard, you know, like I had to go and find whatever I could pick out of Lane Bryant. Torrid was not in my town yet. In fact, they didn't start, I think, until like 2000. I'm not sure, I'll have to check that. But like Torrid, though, started as sister store to Hot Topic, so they had a lot of the similar things to what Hot Topic had. Similar brands, Trip, Lip Service, I can't even remember, Funhouse, like you name it. They had a whole bunch of like those kind of brands and those kind of styles. A lot of what Hot Topic had in their store in the first place. Torrid was the same thing, and it's unlike they just morphed into what they are over time, and now they're a lot more mainstream, a lot more for everybody, but you can still find some really great things in store. Like right now, actually, I am wearing a Torrid dress that is stripy on the top, has and a black skirt. The back is like a strappy crisscross thing going on. It is a like brain farting. It's a skater dress, so it's like falls a little bit above the knee. So I've been wearing it today with leggings, just because I don't know, I hadn't shaved, so like I don't want to put my legs out there. Usually I like to wear leggings anyway. I kind of like live in leggings. I'm so glad they've become so popular. So with the leggings, and I decided, you know, I saw a few weeks ago there was a real big like fuss over this brand new thing. Like someone had posted a picture of a dude waiting in line at the mall, like a fucking at a pretzel store, like an Auntie Anne's or something, and they were wearing these awesome, like these Crocs with studs and spikes and stuff, and I thought, like, that's kind of cool. I wish I'd thought about that. Like, why hadn't we thought about that yet? Because, I mean, you know, Crocs are generally considered to be kind of ugly shoes, and they are pretty bland, pretty boring shoes. So I kind of thought, like, you know, maybe, you know, I'd like to see if I could do that myself. Because like later on I saw that this guy, I want to like first make sure there's credit, and I'll be sure to try to link him under my video to his Instagram and to the Etsy page that sells the actual GothCrocs. Because like, you know, for my first video, this is what became my project here. But you know, I saw them and it was great. They looked really cool, and I decided that I wanted to try to do this myself. So I put together some on my own, and I will be showing in the video my progress on how I did this and try to get a good, you know, voiceover. Here's one of them. I'll pick up the other one and show you that one too here in just a moment. I put an extra spike over in this one. I had 2 spikes on it, and I thought, okay, we're gonna put like a 3rd one in this hole here, because I went ahead and I did the the little chain thing that he did for the ankle chain on this one, and I just didn't have enough of these spikes to fill that extra little hole right there. And of course I don't have the big giant spike to put on there, not yet, I've got some coming. And I have to figure out how to take off this little Croc logo right here. I hadn't figured that out just yet, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna pry that thing off. This mother effer's coming off of here if it kills me. And I'm gonna see if I can just jam a giant spike on top of it. I'm gonna try, okay? But for now, this is my the product of my effort. You know, tonight I worked on this. It took me, you know, maybe 40 minutes to put this together. These Crocs are not the ones that he used in his video. He had his pictures. The guy that made them used the regular Crocs. These are the platform Crocs, and they were $45 before tax, or $45.99 or something. They ended up being like 48 and change. I bought them on Amazon. Sorry, my cat is over here stepping on things and making my camera uneven. Ginger, here, come say hi, kitty. There's my baby. Anyway, so I decided though that I don't want the regular Crocs. I want the platform Crocs, because, you know, like I thought, like, why didn't he think about that? Why didn't he think about doing platform runs? Because if you're gonna do GothCrocs, you might as well go all the way and do platform Crocs for your GothCrocs. Like, I was pretty lazy about how I did this. I mean, this little chain here, I just popped it into the little hole, and it, like, seriously, it just pops in and it fits. And it's pretty stable. Unless it gets stuck on something, it'll be pretty stable right there. And I did get the ring on here, so it won't come off or anything. This chain's not going anywhere. That was a lot of work getting it on there too. But, and I was actually really impressed with how easily the pyramid spikes went into the rubber. I pulled out my awl and showed it to the camera for a moment and was like, okay, I'm getting ready to pop fucking holes in this shit so I can get these in, but I gotta, like, bleep myself, don't I? Anyway, so I'm getting ready to pop some holes in this thing so that I can, you know, so that I can put these in, but then I just, like, I put one down and, like, pressed it in, and it just, like, snapped right into place, like, ow, okay, that was really easy. This was really easy. So, the Crocs cost me 48-ish, like 49, we'll say. Then I bought, you know, a pack of pyramid studs that came with a leather awl that I can't seem to find right at the moment, but it came with an awl, which is just like a pointy tool with a wood handle, and I swear I will find it. There it is. This is an awl. It is used in leatherworking to punch holes where you're going to put something like that's got a sharp end like this into it. Just small holes, not to make big holes. If you want to make big holes, we got another thing for that. But for small little teeny tiny holes, for like something like this, an awl works fine to do that job. Now just make sure you can see this is an awl, alright? So this awl I was going to use, didn't need it. Did not need it. I paid $10 for a bag of spikes and an awl that came together and didn't need it. But that's okay, because I will probably find some use for it. I'm just going to put it in the bag with my spikes so I don't lose it, because I lose things like crazy. Like, you don't even know I lose things like crazy. Okay, so I got that, and I wasn't sure if I was going to need it, but I pulled out my multi-set of little pliers here, this thing. I just keep them like this so I don't lose track of them. I will, like I said, I will lose them. So if I can keep them in the package like this, I don't lose track of them. So, but this has just regular jewelry pliers, needle-nosed pliers, and wire cutters right there for like jewelry wire cutters. So best for you know, for just if you're working with like wire jewelry, or if you need to open chain links and stuff, like what I was doing today, because I was popping open chain links all over the place trying to get the little chains to fit perfectly for the shoes. So I've got these little rings. They call them jump rings, jump hoops. They're used to just kind of connect things together. You'll see them like in your jewelry and stuff where they're connecting charms onto things. Ginger, come on. Come on, baby. I know you want to just rub all over everything, but no, you can't do that. Please stop. Please stop. I love you. Please stop. So she tried to knock the camera down. Alright, so let's see. My giant hole punch here. This thing. This is like pride and joy right now. I love this thing because it was able to put the holes into the rubber, into the strap, which is probably the thickest part of the rubber on the shoe, and it got it in through and through perfect, nice and clean, to get this little row of spikes across the back here, and it worked perfectly. So I'm totally impressed with how well that went. I spent $48 on the shoes, so like did that. The tools cost like $30 with the spikes. I bought like the large cone spikes that I also bought. Where are those? Actually, you know what? There's none left. I used all of them. Package is empty. So I used all of the little spikes. So all of these little spikes here were like another $10. The hole punch was like another, you know, I think this one was like 14, and this was like 5, 6, 7, 8. So between that, like 48, 10, 25, 30, let's see, 35, 6, 7, 8. That's like another 40 on top of that. So it really was like $90, under $100, only because I didn't have the tools to do all the work. But if you have the tools, oh my god, how easy is it to just buy the freaking spikes and pop them in there? It's very simple. So this was really just quite wonderful and quite easy for me to do this. Didn't take any time whatsoever, and I'm saving, instead of spending $240+ on regular Crocs with spikes and studs and all the other stuff in it. And I did something myself, and it was something creative. And you know, with goth culture, it's so much about that DIY, along with, you know, like punk and things like that. It is a subculture that really does revere DIY stuff. So I was really trying to, you know, to keep in the spirit of that. I've got other little DIY things that I've made, like this is like a little belt pouch bag purse thing, you know, with like the little back's got like a little belt pouch. It was a regular plain leather. I dyed it and it came in a kit, and I put it together, real simple, stitched together. I'm planning on adding some of those, you know, pyramid studs. Now that I have them, I'm gonna just like throw them all over that. That'll be really cool. And it probably looks like I'm not looking right at the camera because I'm doing this on my phone. So I am looking at myself on the phone and talking. Kitty, my cat, just wants to attack me and play with me and attack my tripod. And she's like, this is the most playful I've seen her in a very long time. Which is, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and I like seeing it, but man, now is not the time, girl. Now is not the time, girlfriend. Anyway, so, yeah, well, then we'll, now that we've got this taken care of, we'll get right to the little section of the video where I show you how I put them together. So we'll show you my little DIY there, okay? Alright. Alright guys, this is the Croc right here. I just wanted to show you guys what kind of shoe, like what the shoe looks like from all sides. And, you can kind of see, you know, it's a pretty thick, solid rubber material. And we're going to start with this little tree spike right here. And you can see it's like about a 1/2 inch tree spike. We're going to pop that down into the holes in the top there. I want to get a few more. I want to try to fill out all the holes if I can. But first we're going to start and try to get this one in here. And for some reason that first hole just was a little bit more difficult than the others. But I got it in there. Pretty easy. Let me go and grab the other tree spike. And here it is. There we are. And we put it in there, and that one went in real quick. Easy. Alright, awesome. They're in there, and they're solid, and they look great. So we move on, and we've got like a little length of chain, which is actually leftover chain from a chain wallet that I had. But first we're going to measure it before we try to put it on anywhere. And it looks like it's a little long. We also find that we can pop that little chain right down into one of the holes and it fits pretty easily. Yeah, that's cool, but it's too long. We don't really want it dragging on the floor, so we're going to go ahead and trim that chain and take a little piece off of it. And as you see, I've got my needle nose pliers right there. And then these slightly smaller rounded needle nose pliers right there. And in one hand we take one plier, we grab half of the loop, the other half, or the link, we grab the other half of the link with the other plier. And after, it takes me a couple of tries here, but after a couple of tries and getting my hands in the right position, I'm able to very easily pry that link right open. Alright, pretty easy. Now we've got two pieces. Yay! Alright, so we're going to take that one piece that I wanted to put on the shoe and measure it one more time. Pop that one first link in. And, oh, and my camera falls over because my cat's playing with it again. And then we're going to work on getting that little ring onto the shoe. And, you know, first try, it's not working too well. It's really tight, so we're going to stop and grab some tools. Alright, and let's see, what did I grab for this? I think I tried a couple of things. I had, well, first we're looking at seeing how far I can open the chain. How far I can open the loop with my own fingers, and it's not very far, but I grabbed first the pliers to see if I could get that to open a little more. And I'm having a little trouble with it, but I think I got it on there. Yeah, I did pretty good. Okay, I couldn't remember from when I recorded it, but I got it on there, and it takes a little bit of effort because the loop link is, like, that loop is really tight, that keychain loop. But with some effort and a little time, we're able to kind of turn it around until it's on there properly. And another turn, and another turn, and I think we're there. Check it out. Pretty easy. And I mean, it's just got a little bit of rust on there, but that wipes off really easy. But, and that's what I'm doing right there, trying to wipe it off. But, you know, it went on there pretty quickly. So the next thing we're doing, we're going to grab our hole punch right here. This nifty little thing. And I want to match up, first off, the spikes and the hole punch to see if, here's my spikes that I'm going to use. These are 1-inch spikes. I wanted to match up the screw size with the hole punch that I'm going to use. There you go. So you get a good look at those spikes right there. They're tall tree cone spikes. So, alright, well there's a screw. And let's see, looks like it fits, not that one, right there, pretty well. Okay, so the next thing I gotta figure out how to turn that, because I haven't really done that before. This is a brand new tool, and I can't get it quite open with the pliers. That's not working. So I decide that I'm gonna go and get my flathead tip for my screwdriver. So we lock it down for just a moment. I get out my nifty little toolkit here and my screwdriver. It's a little magnetic head thing that I can just easily pop the heads out. This thing has saved my life so many times. Actually, kind of got it from one of my ex-boyfriends. Set the tool down. Alright. Use that flat head and try to get it in underneath just enough to pry that up. Once we do, we are able to turn it. It takes me just a moment, and there we turn it till we get to everywhere, and we drop it back in there, and boom, ready to go. Alright, so we decided how we want to put the first one. I think starting in the middle is a pretty good place. And it pops in real easy. And I try to just kind of push it all the way through to make sure we've got a clear through and through hole. And that came out really good. I get the first spike that I want to use. And pop the little... Try to get the rubber out of there that didn't want to come out. But pushes through anyway. So we match the little screw up into the hole. And there I'm kind of struggling getting the rubber off. But that first one goes on real easy and I can just screw it right in and there it goes. Alright, pretty easy. So then it's just a simple process of getting the rest of these holes punched and the screws put in. Kind of just deciding where I'm going to put that first. And I'm not sure what I'm doing here. But it's just a matter of figuring out where we want to do it. Okay, I'm just grabbing a couple of those, counting my spikes to see how many I have first here, so that I know how many I can put on there, so I don't accidentally use them all in one shoot. And I think I only had 10 spikes, so I'm going to put 5 on this one and 5 on the other. So we're putting back the ones that we don't need, and we're kind of measuring with that spike about where we want to put them. Kind of giving myself a good idea of what kind of a distance I want to do. You know, maybe about an inch or a little less than an inch apart. So we pop the next hole and we do the same thing. And maybe I should feel free to fast forward this part because it's just a slow going period of me popping these little pieces in here. But you just keep doing the same thing over and over until we get it all done. If you don't mind, I'm actually going to cut the clip right here. So as you can see, now we have all the spikes in on the back part there. Looks pretty good. It wasn't that hard to do. I mean, it did take quite a bit of time to work on, but once I got it done, I figured it out. So here we're testing the rubber to see about putting the pyramid spikes in a lot of the way that that Garbage Boy had them along that rim there. Now, I don't get mine in quite so perfectly. They kind of end up pretty uneven, but I find something. Oh, these two are stuck together. I'll worry about that later. Alright, so pyramid stud right here. Just your basic pyramid stud. It's a 4-prong on the back. Alright. So we're just gonna, here's my awl right here that I was talking about earlier. First I'm just gonna see how they do just pushing it in. Hey! Look at that. Don't even need the awl. They go in pretty well, except for one of those prongs bent. So we're gonna rebend that prong real quick. And pop it right back in there. And boom, hey, it's in there. Not bad. They seem like they're still kind of loose. I figure out later that you can kind of use pliers to bend the prongs, and I'm going to fast forward this part a little too for you. But I just want you to see how quick and easy those things go in. Alright, so at this point we're going to fast forward a little bit because this takes a few minutes too. just make it yourself. It was quicker and easier than I thought it would be. It took me about 20 some odd minutes to make the first shoe. It ended up taking about 45 minutes to get both of them completed. And just, you know, it looks great. We're just making sure nothing's poking out, that the chain wasn't in there too deep, and everything's working the way it's supposed to. And it just looks great. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, that was like really super simple. It was very easy to do. It took like no time, so long as you've got the tools. Of course, I only showed the assembly for one of the shoes because I kind of felt like it would be redundant to show both of them, and I'm not doing anything incredibly different with either of them. My cat is still here being crazy, you guys. Ginger. So like, I'm gonna have to get like a heavier tripod. But yeah, I wanted you guys to see how I put that together, the work I did, how I did things, and just how easy it is to do these things. And I mean, I totally you know what, I'm glad for Garbage Boy. I hope that he makes a lot of money off of his GothCrocs. For the people that don't have the tools but have the money to do it, that have the money and don't feel like they have the time, or that they can do that sort of a thing, then I hope he does well with it. But I also hope that people see this and take initiative to make and do their own things, because we are all perfectly capable of doing whatever we want to go towards our personal style. Like me, right now I'm wearing a necklace with a really kind of rather cheap little pendant. My dad put this together way back long time ago, many years ago when I was a teenager. He made two of them. This was my mom's, actually. I lost mine. And it's just a fake little plastic gem in there in a silver setting. He squeezed it in there and glued it down with epoxy glue. And it still makes a pretty little basic pendant. I didn't have a necklace for it, so I'm just using silky cord, just basic cord you get from a craft store. I have an ankh necklace that I bought when I was a teenager, or when I was I must have been 14, 15. We went to Mexico, went into Monterrey, Mexico, and I got this beautiful ankh, and I've had it this whole time. I hate to say it, I am 36 years old, and I have had it since I was a child, a teenager, So, it's been on every kind of chain. It's been on ball chains, it's been on silver link chains, it's been on everything else. This has just been the longest lasting, most comfortable thing for me, especially because it's it doesn't get dirty, and it doesn't say I love those ball chain necklaces. I loved them when I was in high school, loved them. I lived in them. Every necklace I had a ball chain. And those, though, just left my neck stained all black and dark and dirty, and it just looked like I didn't clean myself, but I fucking did. I tried, I scrubbed, and it was, so those things just never really left me being very clean, and so I just decided that something like this was so much better, because I also have a bad habit of not taking anything off. I've got most of what I have is just cobbled together from years and years of just shopping and finding things and just being lucky, being in the right place at the right time. I got a little coffin ring that I got from my college campus back in 2001 or 2002 or so, because there were little vendors that would show up and they would sell things like that. They had coffin rings, and they had big gem rings, and they had band t-shirts for for metal bands mostly. And at the time I was kind of dabbling between the goth music and the freaking metal, black metal and Cradle of Filth. So I actually was able to buy some Cradle of Filth t-shirts and some rings and stuff. So I mean, I really do encourage you to go forth out into the world and go and find the things that, I mean, not to be cheesy or find things that spark joy in you. Find those things that make your little black heart happy, and use them in whatever way that you like, and you don't have to adhere to those strict guidelines that a lot of people seem to impose upon the community. Sorry, like, hold on, the cat has decided that I am here entirely for her. Anything that you can make for yourself is something that you've saved money on, that you've saved time on. You don't have to go out of your way, you don't have to wait for Amazon to deliver it. You've already got it. You can do it yourself. You can completely do anything you want by yourself. So, and we'll explore a little bit of that later, making patches with X-Acto knife. Using X-Acto knife cut out like logos and paint on plain t-shirts. We can also show recycling old t-shirts. I would like to show the recycling of old t-shirts with new t-shirts, or making them into patches on jackets and things of that sort. I've got a whole bunch of plans of things that I want to show, but I also want to show for other, plus-size girls like myself what I have in my wardrobe, along the lines of things that I've cobbled together with what I can find. Things that are brands like Killstar or Torrid. I mean, you can go into Torrid and you can find things. You can go into Hot Topic. Well, maybe not into Hot Topic. You can go online to their website. And the plus-size sizing on the Hot Topic website is the exact same plus-size sizing, because Torrid and Hot Topic are still under the same umbrella company. They're still together. They're still technically sister stores, like, together. So their sizing for the plus-size on the Hot Topic website is the same as the plus-size sizing that Torrid uses. It's the exact same size, chart, measurements, and everything. So if you know, like, I go to Torrid, I wear like a size 22, my pants are like a size 2 over in Torrid, and it always works, and it's always consistent, and you know that, okay, maybe you're a little smaller on the top, and you can wear like a size 1 shirt, so you can always find it like that. Torrid's very consistent. It will work the exact same on the Hot Topic website, and you won't have to do very much trying on. You can order it, and it should fit. It should just fit. I've never had any issues ordering things online from Torrid or Hot Topic because I know where my sizes are. But I highly encourage going out and at least trying sizes. I do want to do some thrift store adventuring and kind of show you guys what kind of stuff I can haul out of those places and put together outfits just from what I've gotten. I mean, and then show you, of course, then, like, what you can do with the power of patches and an iron, or, sewing, or whatever, and you can you can take these outfits and, like, elevate them into something so much cooler. I really, these are just some of the goals that I want to reach with this channel. So, because, yeah, I'm a big girl. I'm a really big girl. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm fat, and I'm not afraid to say it. I am. I know I am. I see myself in the morning every day. I know exactly what I look like. So, I mean, when people want to get in the comments and say mean things about that I'm so fat and stuff, I'm prepared for that. I'm not surprised anymore by the things that people say. Because you just hear it. So I've been on this earth long enough, and I've heard it long enough, that I've got no reason for it to, like, be a surprise. So, if people want to get on my page and be mean, they want to get in my comments and say nasty things, they can. And whatever. Whatever. And they can go and they can go shove it, I guess. Because I guess that's just, like, their opinion. And it doesn't really affect me. It's fine. But, like, as a larger woman, I do want to also eventually go outside at some point and do a little, like, outfit modeling so that other plus-size goths, other women my size, can see what they look like on a person my size. Like what the Killstar 4X dresses and stuff look like on a woman my size. That I can fit some of the 4X, some things, but my arms are a bit thick, so sometimes they're tight in the arms. But I want to show how it fits, because sometimes you order things and you think, oh, well, 4x the measurements sound like it's gonna be fine. But there's always other challenges, like, you know, is it gonna fit my arm? You know, this is long sleeve, but it's so cute. Is it gonna fit my arm? And that's like my biggest challenge. Is it gonna fit my arm? Is it gonna fit my thighs? Is it gonna fit my calves? Because I'm pretty, my weight is pretty consistently delivered throughout my body. Like, I'm pretty proportionate all over. So I got a big butt, I got wide hips, I got a little belly going on, I got, you know, chubby arms, a little chubbiness on my back, on my thighs, on my calves. And the only things that are kind of weird is that I've got small little hands, and little tiny wrists, and little tiny ankles, and little size 8.5 feet. For a woman my size, you would think I would have bigger feet, but I don't. But I'm also 5'4", so I guess it just is that way. Anyway, I guess I'm just rambling now at this point. I may cut this and save it for another video. Anyway, so but yeah, you know, the GothCrocs, very easy to put together if you have the tools, and at less than half the price that they're being charged for on Etsy, if you have the time and the tools to do it. If you do not, don't be ashamed. Like, if you have the money, don't be ashamed of buying them, of just buying them. Support the original creator. I have no problem with that. I just wanted platform ones. Alright, well, you guys have a great night, great day, whenever you're seeing this, and see y'all later.